Colossians 4 verse 6 says, "Let your speech be seasoned with salt, so you will know how to answer every question." Let your speech be seasoned with salt. How do we do that? Eat more crisps? I don't know. Jesus said, Matthew 5:13, "You are the salt of the earth, and you are the light of the world." Now, Bishop J.T. Ryle, Dr. Martin Lloyd-Jones, in his commentary on the Sermon on the Mount, page 152, he says, one translation of this, Jesus said, you and you only are the salt of the earth. You and you only are the light of the world. I thought, God, that changes the thing a little bit. And I thought, no other religion, charity, aid program, what you like, actually produces the same result as salt or light. There's 26 million refugees in the world today. They're in desperate plight. Fortunately, there are many hundreds of aid program volunteers, charity, and so forth, which are pouring in such essential things. They need food, they need clothing, they need housing, they need education, they need agriculture, they need all these different things. So many of them in desperate plight. God bless them, and that's what God, we have a number of grandchildren who are involved in that sort of work as well. But I thought, only the gospel can change the heart of man. We can change their circumstance, upgrade their living, which is the right thing to do. God wants us to do that. But only the gospel will change the heart, and only the gospel will change their final destination. Salt is unique. It's unlike anything else. Salt releases decay. It challenges corrosion. It attacks rottenness. That's what salt does. It preserves. Rob and Kaz were telling me there's a nearby parish to them which has a very active black church, and the area they're in is full of crime, drugs and so forth. And so the police came to the pastor of this church and said, there's whole areas here, we cannot go as police. Is there anything your church can do? And so the black church took it on and said, yeah, we're glad to take the challenge, we'll just take these particular streets to start with. So they did that, and I think it was about, say, after a month, the police came back to the pastor and said, this is amazing. The crime rate in that area has gone right down, practically nothing. He said, our police now are able to walk through down those roads. We're able to drive in a police car without getting smashed. I said, could you take on the next section? And they did. Same result. Transforming. They're the salt of the earth. Salt provides flavour, appetizer. Gravy without salt is like pond water. Warm pond water. Salt is a secretive thing. This is porridge for anybody who's Scottish. Now, if we add salt to it, just keep going. It's in there now and you can't get it out. It's in there permanently. It's a secret thing because you don't normally see it, it just dissolves. And it's in there. You are the salt of the earth. Salt of the earth has to have substance. It needs something to work on and to preserve and to purify. But light of the world, light needs space, it needs atmosphere, it needs exposure. Salt works internally, light is external. Jesus said, you are the light of the world. You are salt and light. Now, the property of light is, Bishop J.C. Ryle said, it is the most useful thing that God created. It was also the first thing. And Jesus said, you only are the light of the world, the believers, the church. No other organisation is light. But Jesus also said, don't you dare put your light under a box. Don't remain hidden. Oh, tomorrow morning, somebody can say to me, what did you do over the weekend? Oh, well, the weather wasn't too good. I didn't do too much. Went out for a short walk. That didn't go well. You lying toad! You came to church. You heard God. You heard testimony. You were lifted up in worship. You were thrilled to be in the presence of God. Why did you hide that? Why didn't you say something? God's challenged me over that a number of times when I've been, whether it's hospital or anywhere else, and somebody's asked me something, I thought, I missed the open goal. I said, sorry, Jesus, sorry. Yeah. But you know, the wonderful thing about salt and light is, it's nothing to do with you. Jesus has given it to you. He says you are. I don't ask God for it. I don't get hands laid on to receive it. Jesus said you are already. So I can remain relaxed. I can remain restful. Okay, there is salt and light in me. I can't help that. My responsibility is not in any way to put it in a box, cover it over, or even to put a filter on it. I need to be clear right through. And fortunately, this light won't go out. Praise God. Last week, Rachel just gave a short testimony here. She said, when she was down at Sidmouth at the fair there, that it wasn't a brilliant week, the weather was pretty poor, one thing, they were all masked up. Then she said at the end, somebody gave her a little parcel, and in it was wrapped up a pebble that this person had painted on it, don't know. And he said to Rachel, thank you for bringing light to Sidmouth. That was the light of the world in her. She didn't have to preach, she didn't have to have a placard. She was just Rachel with the light of the world that Jesus had made her. There is another testimony that is extremely eloquent in expressing this. I've asked if Nathan could come up and share a testimony. Now, when we share testimonies from other people, we have to be careful of confidentiality, so we don't go just putting out names and places necessarily, so we're careful about that. But I've asked Nathan if he could share in the way that he feels confident. Thanks, Nick. This is to illustrate